Prime Minister Jacob's daughter, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be here today with you at this important event. I'm a Minister of State in the UK Government, representing the Scotland office. The connections between Scotland and the Arctic can be traced back many centuries. Until the end of the 15th century, Scotland's Orkney and Shetland Islands were actually part of the Norwegian-Danish kingdom. The Shetland Islands were gifted to Scotland in 1469 as part of a dowry when Princess Margaret of Denmark married James III of Scotland. Even today, many of our town names in the northern parts of Scotland can trace their roots back to their Nordic roots. I'm delighted that our friends from the Orkney Islands government have also joined us here at the Assembly today, and I know that they are keen to engage with you given their deep-rooted Arctic heritage. I'd like to thank the Arctic Circle Secretariat for the excellent organisation of this event today. The UK and Iceland have a strong bilateral relationship on Arctic issues. Our Vision 2030 agreement, signed in 2020, highlights climate change and the Arctic as one of the top priority areas for UK-Iceland collaboration over the next 10 years. The Arctic matters to the United Kingdom. We're not an Arctic state, but as the nearest neighbour to the region, the future of the Arctic is critical for UK interests, most notably in respect of our future climate and security. The UK fully respects the sovereign rights of the 8 Arctic states and indigenous peoples of the region, and we are keen to play our part in regional cooperation. Russia's invasion of Ukraine on 24th February fundamentally undermined the peaceful cooperation that had characterised the Arctic Council since its inception. And the UK government strongly supported the decision of the 7 other Arctic states to pause their engagement with the Russian chairmanship as a result, pending consideration of how to continue the Council's important work. The UK welcomed their decision in June to implement a limited resumption in their work in the Arctic Council in projects that do not involve the participation of the Russian Federation. We will continue to engage with our Arctic partners and allies to contribute to ongoing critical work to help maintain the Arctic as a place that is safe, secure and peaceful, protecting its environment and the people who live in this region. Later this year, the UK government is planning to publish a renewed Arctic policy framework following our exit from the European Union and the publication of our integrated review of security, defence, development and foreign policy in 2021. The new policy framework will set out our enduring interest in this region and our commitment to working with our Arctic partners to share expertise for the benefit of all. It will bring together UK foreign, security and defence interests with our wider science, environmental, climate and commercial interests in the Arctic, while acknowledging rising geostrategic competition and, above all, the existential threat climate change poses to the Arctic as we know it. The Arctic is warming 4 times faster than the rest of the planet. I've seen firsthand on my own polar expedition the devastating impact of the Arctic ecosystem and its biodiversity, which requires urgent action to tackle global climate change. While full multilateral cooperation in the Arctic may be paused, we know that the threat of climate change will not go away. And we know that one of the most important things we can do to protect the Arctic is to take action domestically to reduce our own emissions and to show global leadership in encouraging others around the world to join that effort. And that's why we in the UK have been determined to use our COP26 presidency to ensure ambitious action to the Glasgow Climate Pact to reduce emissions and achieve net zero transition that will protect and restore ocean health and resilience, including in the Arctic. The UK will continue to be a leading producer of Arctic science, including contributing to the global understanding of climate change. In 2021, with partners in Canada, we launched the Canada Inuit Nunangat United Kingdom, or CINUC, Arctic Research Programme, providing around £12 million of research funding, including nearly £8 million from the UK, for new projects, for projects between now and 2025 on issues such as climate adaptation and mitigation, the economics of Arctic change, resilience, sustainability, and Inuit community health and well-being. It will deliver Arctic science in genuine co-development and partnership with indigenous communities, putting the needs and skills of the Arctic's indigenous communities front and centre to support Inuit self-determination in research. We look forward to developing this approach across the other areas of Arctic research, and we hope there will be opportunities for similar collaborations in the future. And earlier this summer, we announced that we have secured funding for a new bursary programme to support joint projects between UK and Greenlandic researchers, enabling new collaborations between both research communities across Arctic science disciplines and strengthening our ties with our partners in Greenland. We're proud that the head of the UK NERC Arctic Office was elected President of the International Arctic Science Committee earlier this year. We recognise the importance, now more than ever, of ISAC's role in supporting practical international cooperation, and we look forward to hosting the Arctic Science Summit Week in Edinburgh in 2024 with the support of our colleagues in the Scottish Government. So the UK will continue to raise awareness of climate change and take action to tackle its impacts and increase climate resilience in the Arctic. And I'm delighted to be joined today by Nick Bridge, the British Foreign Secretary's Special Representative for Climate Change, who will now provide some reflections on COP26 and the UK's global leadership on this vital issue. Thank you.